Okay, it's time for this week's episode of 2 Minute Tuesday, and this week we're going to look at the 5 most important things that you should do when you pick up the keys to your new villa. So welcome to episode number 162 of 2 Minute Tuesday. Now, as I said in the intro, the 5 things that you do when you pick up the keys, and obviously picking up your keys is one of the first things. Now, at the notary, the buyers will give you the keys to the property, but do you actually know that you've got all of the keys? Do you know that there were 2, 3, 4 keys with the lock when it was originally supplied? The only way you'll actually find out is by changing the locks front and back door on the property. Then you have all of the keys, and then you're safe in the knowledge that you have all of the keys. Number 2, we're staying on the security. It's home insurance. It's one of the most simple things to forget. All the excitement of buying the property and dealing with the money and all the bits and bobs and the hullabaloo that goes around with that. You forget about the household insurance, and sod's law, you're going to leave a tap on in the garden or whatever, and then you're going to need to make an insurance claim. What we normally advise people to do is we help you opening a bank account when you move here, and one of the simplest ways to get the insurance is to do it directly through the bank. It might work out at the end of the day €20 more expensive than if you shopped around, but at least you've got it done. So the insurance is something that is very easy to forget, but get it sorted when you open your bank account, and then wait 12 months, and then you can shop around when you've got a bit more time and a bit more experience of living in the area. Okay, the next thing is getting copies of all of your documents. Now, when we are at the notary, you will get a physical copy of the house papers, the deeds, the escritura. We'll also email you a copy, so you've got a digital copy of them. But it makes sense to have copies of all documentation, so that if you need it, you've got it at hand. Now, if like me, you've probably got a big file with everything filed away neatly in it, utility bills, your tax documents, your fiscal documents, things like that. However, you can also download an app if you've got a smartphone. I'm sure everybody does nowadays, and you can scan these documents, and then you can have access to them wherever you are. So, you know, rather than just having a file that's tucked away in the house that you might not have access to if you're out and about, you can have a digital copy of them on your phone and do it that way. So this is something that is incredibly useful. I've used it so many times when I've been somewhere and I've needed a copy of a document or a passport or whatever it happens to be, and I can bring up a digital copy on my phone and even send it to somebody if needed. So it's a really useful tip. Now, number 4 is start collecting useful telephone numbers. You're going to be in a strange country, you're not really going to know a huge amount of people or where to go for things. So when somebody recommends something to you, when you need advice and somebody gives you a number, log it all. When you're here, you haven't got your little black book, or you haven't got a copy of the yellow pages if that still exists. So sort of tap your lawyer, tap your agent, anyone that you come into contact with, and ask them for details of people that you may need, whether it's utility companies or whether it's tradespeople, things like this, and make a note of the sort of the trusted numbers that you're given. Finally, number 5 is join lots of local groups. You'll find that there are local groups, whether they're online or whether it's in person, and this is a great way of sort of meeting people. So, for example, here in the Hondon Valley, we've got lots of Facebook groups. We've got groups where you can go walking or cycling or going and playing golf or going and helping one of the charities by donating a few hours of your time to help out. It's a brilliant way to sort of meet people of lots of different nationalities and from different areas, and that's how you're going to sort of integrate into the society. There are language exchange things that are being done in the village at the moment, where you can sit down with Spanish people who are keen to learn English and sort of pass on some of your language to them and vice versa. So sort of integrating with people and groups is a fantastic way of sort of getting yourself in with the scene in the village here. That basically is that. That's 5 really useful, quick, simple tips. So as soon as you get the keys to your property, you're starting off on a good foot. So that's it for this week's episode of 2 Minute Tuesday. Hopefully a nice quick one for you. If you have any questions or queries about this video or about properties in the area or living in the area or the buying process, or even if you're looking to sell your property and you want no obligation valuation, I'll come and have a chat with you, run through the paperwork and what needs to be done in order to sell your property. That's it for this week. Until the next episode, we look forward to seeing you then. But until then, adios and have a great day.